My name is Sandra Hanks, and this is my story. When I was about, maybe 15, my father, who was a hunter, had a lot of rifles in his house. And he told me one day that he wanted to take me out and teach me how to shoot. So we went out to the cornfield, and while we were out there, he had a 30-06. And he gave it to me and told me just put it up to my chest and shoot it. I did, and it knocked me so far back that it was really scary. And so it scared me. And I said, well, I'm done. I don't want to learn how to shoot no more. So that's how I was introduced to rifle shooting. Never tried any other guns until I got into the Air Force, which I joined when I was 17 years old, 1964. Went through basic training. Back then we didn't have to, the women didn't have to shoot. So it wasn't something that we learned as part of the curriculum. Anyway, after several years, I think maybe 2 or 3 years in, I learned that the Air Force had a rifle team. And I thought, I don't know. And so I just decided that I would go to one of their meets and experience it. And when I went, I was surprised. It looked like a lot of fun. I had no experience with it. And there was a sergeant who was team leader, and he says, would you like to learn how to shoot? And I said, if it doesn't knock me on my butt. So he said, okay. So he got me a .22 rifle. And we started off in the prone position, had a jacket. I shot, and I thought, boy, this is not bad at all. So I kept shooting, and he says, you know, you're really pretty good. So I said, whoa, goodness. I said, okay. And he says, we have 4 positions. And I said, what are they? And he says, well, we shoot in prone, kneeling, sitting, and standing. I said, okay, I'll try it. So I was really good, and they took me on some of their meets, and I was then asked to join the team, and there were 4 guys and me. But we went to several meets all over Texas, and then the Air Force got a hold of information about me, and they wrote up, and that's how I became Sure Shot Sandy. Well, according to them, I was the first woman that had joined a Air Force rifle team. Now, once I became a member of it, I went and decided to get my ribbon for shooting, and I got to shoot a 30-06, or not a 30-06, but an M16, and got a ribbon for it. So I was really happy because I was the only woman at that time who had one. You know, at the time I was young, and that probably was not the best experience that I had. But once I got in there, learned about them, learned about how to hold them, how to aim them, safety, it was a lot better. I wasn't as afraid as I was, and I enjoyed it. It was great. It was a great learning experience for me.